this makes it much more even, and it's proportional representation is basically the end of gerrymandering. So we're using that to educate people. But I realized we're not going to do anything unless we have a lobbying arm. So I created another nonprofit that's a 501c4, which is lobbying and because the government tells you how you can do stuff, even in this. So the Voter Choice Foundation is the lobbying arm, and that lobbying arm has been working in a number of states, and that lobbying arm currently has a bill going through Rhode Island to reduce ballot access. And that arm had been working with state legislators in Wyoming, where Wyoming put forth on the floor a bill for proportional representation inside the state of Wyoming, which was one of the first bills ever introduced for proportional representation inside of a state.
Can you explain that? What is proportional representation?
So in California, you have 54 state representatives, but you could have, instead of having 54 different districts all gerrymandered to hell, you could have like 5 districts of 10 people each. Okay. Yeah. And then what you do is you have the people vote, and the proportion of the vote goes to those representatives of those parties. So if the Democrats are 40% of the vote, they get 40% of the representation. If the Republicans are 30% of the vote, they get 30% of the representation. And if the rest are independents, Green Party, Libertarian, whatever, then they finally get represented. And so this makes it much more even. And it's proportional representation is basically the end of gerrymandering. It gets rid of gerrymandering. Do those districts, but it makes it much harder for them to gerrymander. And because it's a group of people, you're not really gerrymandering for a specific individual, which makes it much easier for them to rig the game, right, so to speak. And so that's basically proportional representation. Is you get the same amount